Greets from the Philippines. I apologise that I'm late. If I had arrived 2 minutes earlier, we would have had 5 more people because they were waiting, or 5 people in total. But I was late because I was mixing a cocktail. I'm on the White Russians tonight. So who is here, and am I the right way round? And I have some fantastic news. Ellen is threatening to join us for the live stream tonight. My top is all over the place. I know the problem. Bloody hell! I'm not plugged in with the sound.
What?
You said what? Are you talking about what?
I know what you're talking about. You can always ask me.
The sound might be better. We go. Is anyone there? Can anyone hear me? Why have I got no chats? 6 people. Oh, here we are. Thank God for that. Glenn, we were Jim, but yesterday, heavy rains due to the dry weather. Jim, yes, here. Hi, Jim. What's the word on the street, mate? Can you hear me all right? Now I'm plugged in with a microphone. I've got a strange person here sat next to me eating fruit for some reason, but I don't know why she's not. She has threatened to take part, but apparently she can't take part until she's finished eating because she is worried if she was to eat fruit on the channel, people would find it erotic. Well, there you go. And you're saying things that you're saying things like you're going to eat me, and you're worried about being erotic. Anyway, welcome on board. Thank you for joining me for White Russian. It has been a hectic day today. I have been running here, running there, just made it back from Dumaguete, hence my dishevelled look. My hair has just come out of a helmet. My top is all over the place. I have many excuses. I do not know what Ellen's excuse is. Glenn, bring on the fruit, LOL. So Glenn is here, Jim is there. Who are the other 7 people lurking in the background? Well, they are lurking. They have identify yourselves, friend or foe. I don't know if you can hear this noise I've got next to me.
I wasn't making a noise.
You were making a noise. You're making a noise and now we're losing viewers. There we go. So everyone is very quiet tonight. The whole point of this live stream is you ask me things and I tell you things. If you don't say anything, hey Jackstar, how you doing, mate? Thank God that someone is interacting. Cheers, mate. What is the word on the street in Blighty? What have you been up to, Jackstar? I'm looking at myself now. God, I'm a mess. What is wrong with this shirt? It has lost all shape. It had shape once.
You lose weight.
Or have I lost shape? What?
Lose weight.
I didn't lose weight. What are you talking about? I put on weight. I did a very interesting interview today with a guy called James Cook, would you believe? He has been in the chats before and he is moving to Dumaguete. He's from Glasgow, but he has spent the last 30 plus years living in the States. He's got 2 passports. But I will pop that up tomorrow and hopefully you'll find it interesting. I think there must be latency on the old chat tonight because all I've got is a hey guys from Jackstar and then nothing else. You've gone, my lovely. You came into my life and then you left. This is a bit Moorish. Got some coffee. It was a last minute thing. I know I said I was just going to go on the coffees and the chats from now on, but I went to Sideways this afternoon to do the interview, had a lovely cooked breakfast, a couple of beers, and then when we were in the shopping aisle in hypermarket, I saw the cocktail section and I thought, why not give it a try? And not as cold as I would have liked it, but it's not bad. Yeah, there must be something wrong because
Oh,
it's fine.
yeah, it stopped. Oh, hold on. Is this the right one? Hey, guys. Yeah, here.
What?
It's not updating on your end.
Right, well, thank God Ellen's here. I'm sorry, people. I've been sitting here thinking, why the hell is no one talking to me? And it's because it's frozen for some reason or something. I don't know what that's about.
Cancel.
Because I've got the chat here, right. Neil Michaels, I shepherd's pie. When she's finished eating, you could ask her how much it costs a Filipino to get a passport and an ID card. That should be free, right?
Hold on. Yeah, that's less than 1,000 or 1,000.
Well,
If I can remember. Hold on. I'll check. I'll check
yeah,
it later.
well, you try and sort it out, and I'll catch up, then you can ask that question then. Glenn, friend, Binderbar, Glenn, hijack, Adam Fonte, hey, I'm back, how's it going? It's going very well, chaps. I do not understand why my thing keeps freezing on my phone. I thought you'd all stop talking to me. Jackstar, just been in Lithuania for 2 days, pal.
Get it back.
Just been Lithuania, that's exciting. Where are we now then? Okay, right, you can have it back. Why does it keep doing that? Annoying. Neil Michaels, those Fred Perrys don't keep their shape after a few washes. Indeed they don't. There you go. This is not a Fred Perry, as you know. This is a Ralph Lauren. I know you were making a joke about the other video, but this is not a fake. But it is many, many years old. It's. Do you know how to spot a fake Ralph Lauren? If you don't, I will tell you. Or a good way of spotting them. Jackstar. There is loads chatting, buddy. It must be your end. Yeah, I always struggle to keep my end up, I must admit. But you can only try. Jim Pendergast. Just had typical bank holiday weather in UK. Wasn't a bank holiday, was it? Neil Michaels or the Ralph Lauren's. Well, there you go, yeah. Glenn, did the water park have over accommodation? Oh, I forgot to ask him. You definitely can stay there overnight because when I was doing a bit of Googling afterwards, because I forgot to ask them there, but when I got back I had a look online and you can book them because a few people said in the reviews that they go there whenever there is brownouts, which seems like a very good idea, and that's what I had in mind. But the prices online were more than they said at the water park, because they said it was 1,500 pesos. To book them for the 24 hours was about 2,500, 3,000 online. So that could be because it's for 24 hours, but equally it could be because of booking fees, because 2,500 is not that much more than 1,500. So I'll have to look into it. But it would be a good deal either way. If we go again, I think I'll hire one of those. If it was a brownout, I would hire it. Trouble with the brownout though is, I bet it gets bloody busy there. And you know, you're probably going to get woken up very early in the morning, you know, with kids splashing around and things, but it's worth looking at. Jackstar, Glenn, hey buddy, how you had a good one. Jackstar, suit you, sir, so I've heard. Neil Michaels, yeah, go on. I've seen a few cheap Ralph Lauren's in reputable shops in the UK, but I have suspicions about them. It's the back labels. Ralph Lauren's, they're all made in Mexico. So they've got like a large and a large, because they mean different things in different sizes, except for the mediums. The mediums only have an M, because it means the same thing in Spanish as it does in have I got this right? I'll make a bloody fool of myself now. Always, she says. Yeah, she's right. So anyway, to cut a long story short, if you have a M/M in the back of the Ralph Lauren, it's a fake. It should just have an M.
Who asked about the fee again?
No, I'm just saying how you...
For the passport?
I'll come back to that. Yes, thanks. The Pete, aye, shepherd's pie. Dalton Wynn. Where is the best street party in the Philippines? Wig Mardi Gras. No idea, mate. I no idea. I have not really been a fan of the parties over here. Where is the best street party in the Philippines? Probably Manila or Cebu. They have that big thing in Cebu, don't they? I think they're eating a baby next door. It's hard times. Adam Fonte, I like Calvin Klein, but seeing his knockoffs in Southeast Asia like Chain Klein always makes me laugh. Calvin Klein's no friend of mine. I don't want nobody's name on my behind. There you go, bit of old Run DMC for you there. John Ford, hi everyone. Hi Joe, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I just called you John then. I'm struggling to keep up. Yeah, Ralph Lauren, never really been my brains. Not sorry, Ralph Lauren, Calvin Klein. Don't know why, there was a time when we all had Calvin Klein pants. I used to like that CK1 aftershave at some stage, but in the early days, but yeah, I haven't worn Calvin Klein in a long time. Nothing against it. Joe Inipi 2025, living in the Philippines, coming to you from Balatan. Good luck, fish and tartar later. Nothing like a bit of fish and tartar. It's amazing how many people eat fish and chips over here. Jim Pendergast, hi Joe. Joe Feeney, hi Joe. Hey Joe, bit of Hendrix. Yeah, look, it's amazing when I go out. Often we go out and there are expats from all nationalities, and you'll have something to eat with your drinks. And invariably people order fish and chips. From every country in the world, they seem to eat fish and chips here over everything else. I don't think I've had fish and chips since I came to the Philippines. I like fish and chips in the UK, but I have never felt the urge to order it here. Have I ever had fish and chips?
Yeah.
When?
In Mobile.
When did I have it in Mobile?
We read? You said?
No, I didn't. I had shepherd's pie.
Really?
Yeah. What are you talking about? I think my thing stopped again. Where are you? I'm on Hi Joe. She's lost all interest. She was looking on the phone. Now she stopped. It's. I'm getting through this. I'm getting through this cocktail a bit quick. All right.
Jolie Pie.
Joe Mini Pie. So what was the answer to the question on? Are you going to sit down? I don't know why you're hiding here in the background. She said she was going to get involved in it.
I look messy.
Oh, don't be
Well, I
silly.
always look messy.
Sit down.
Anyway.
Sit down. Listen to me, woman.
Ah,
There we go.
you're small.
Well, you are too small, but no one's perfect. Why don't you sit? Look, you sit. You sit on the small chair. No, you sit on the big chair. I'm going to sit on the small chair. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Come on, don't make me manhandle you. It will create a bad image. Oh God, there we go. Look at that, little and large. Right.
Too short.
Well, what can you do about it? Fish and chips in the Philippines, no comparison to UK. Well, I imagine it depends where you go. I had some really good fish and chips in Thailand once, and they use John Dory over there, and it is very, very nice in terms of fish and chips. But yeah, I've never really fancied it over here because you don't really get proper chips. And to me, the main thing about the fish and chips is the chips, and you get tartar sauce over here, but yeah, I don't think Philippines fish and chips would be something for me. Adam Fonte, 2 shepherd's pie in 1 week is pretty funny in the Philippines. I didn't encounter any during my time. Yeah, I was quite surprised about that. And the shepherd's pie that Jenny made at that party was to die for. What did you think of shepherd's pie?
Not my thing.
Not her thing. Oh my God, you've broken my heart.
But I like the what do you call it? The apple crumble.
The apple crumble was very nice too. But I did cheat you guys a little bit, I'm afraid. I took a bit of poetic license. The last shepherd's pie I had at the hillside was not actually a shepherd's pie. It was a cottage pie, which is the same thing.
What's the difference?
Well, I'm about to tell you. Cottage pie is made with beef. Shepherd's pie is made with lamb. But it's still minced meat with a mashed potato and a cheese topping. But yeah, that was actually a cottage pie I had in Hillside, but I took a bit of poetic license. Glenn says, hi, Ellen. And you say?
Hello.
Hello.
Glenn.
That was a Terry Thomas hello then. Hello. Hello, Glenn. Look at this. You get this arrow in the way. It's the most ridiculous
Yeah,
thing.
I think you have a new
So you can't.
message.
No, but the point is you can't read the thing unless you get it off. Hi, Joe in the Philippines. Joe in the Philippines. Islands, a Scouser is in the Philippines. Sad news coming from Liverpool. What is the sad news? Oh, about the car crash. Yeah, that's not nice, is it? They ran in. Someone drove into the crowd, didn't they? I don't know much about that. I saw a headline. I didn't follow it up. Presumably that's someone with mental illness, or it's a terrorist thing, is it? I've got no idea how many people were injured. Neil Michaels, diplomatic answer from Ellen. What is her favourite British food then? Would be funny if she likes jelly deals. There is no chance she would like jelly deals, and no one likes jelly deals. If I get a chance later on, I will tell you a jelly deal story, which is one of the worst moments of my life ever. What is your favourite British food?
Well, I only have the apple crumble and the shepherd's pie.
No, you've had other things.
Like?
I've cooked things here.
Well,
The mashed potato is an English thing. Anyway, yeah, I don't think she's had that much, to be honest with you. But she likes her steaks and, well, that's not really English, is it? I don't know, yeah, no, it's, yeah, she hasn't really had that much to try from. A 53-year-old white local male, disturbance in the crowd, he got mad and got in his car. Neil Michaels, yeah, it's not a terrorist thing. Well, that's bad. You shouldn't be doing stuff like that. He must have had mental issues, surely. What was I going to say? Have you going to answer that question about the visa, not about the ID and the passport?
ID? Yeah, about the passport. I think I paid just $950. It's for the regular processing. Like, I can't remember how many business days they're gonna process it. Probably like 2 weeks. And then if you wanted to get it expedited, you're gonna pay.
Why are you looking at me? It's like I'm interviewing you. Anyway, you're talking to them.
Yeah, I'm talking to you too.
Okay, well, I didn't ask the question. Right, yeah, okay. What about the ID card? Now we're doing an interview. How much does that cost?
What ID card?
Well, I don't know. You asked the question, your ID card and your passport. Do you not, Filipinos not have an ID card? You don't have a government ID card?
We don't pay for it.
Well, that's the question. So it's free. You didn't answer a question, it's free. Well, that's what you asked.
If it's the national ID, it's free.
Jim Pendergrass, my mum and dad lived on jelly deals, but definitely not for me. Oh, mate, I tell you. I'll tell you my story very quickly because no one is asking any questions. Many moons ago, my mother got married to her fella, who she's with now, who's my stepfather. Although I don't really look at it in that way because we're adults now. But he was from Cornwall, and they lived in a place just outside Lou. And they thought it would be funny at the wedding for the buffet to have a East End meets Jenner's, Janner's. So they had this buffet which consisted of pie and mash and jelly deals, and these big bowls of jelly deals, and they had Cornish pasties, and it was a great thing. They went out on the pitch because they timed the wedding with West Ham playing Plymouth. So they went out on the pitch and all that, and coach load of friends and that came down to watch the game. And it was a really great wedding. But at the end of it, when we had the reception, which was in Plymouth, and that was at, can't think what they call it, Home Park. That was at the, is it Home Park? What's the bloody ground called? Anyway, they had the reception at Plymouth's ground. No, Home Park's Derby, isn't it? Anyway, they had the reception there, and they got there, and of course you get talking to people. We've been out all day, we've been at the game, you've had a few drinks and all that kind of stuff. And a load of these Cornish people were like, oh, I don't eat jelly deals, I don't know if I'm going to try that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Jelly deals, you've got to eat jelly deals. I love jelly deals. And the trouble was, a couple of the older boys I was with, they did like jelly deals. So then it came up to serving the food. Everyone gets a bowl of jelly deals because I've talked them into getting them. And of course, then they don't want to eat them. So they're passing them over to me, and my mate Doug. And Doug's like knocking them back with the vinegar and the thingy. But by the end of it, I've got like 5 bowls of jelly deals lying in front of me, and people are looking at me, and I say, oh, I don't want them. And I felt I had to eat them. And God, it was awful. I threw up twice. I had to keep saying I was going to the toilet, but I will never forget it. I like pie and mash, but the jelly on those, oh, it was awful. I'll never eat jelly deals ever again. That's what happens when you show off. You come unstuck. Yeah, it is Home Park, and yeah, it is Home Park. Yeah, it's a baseball ground, isn't it? Yeah, it's Home Park, yeah. Land of the Pilgrims, yeah, home of the Pilgrims, yeah. Had some good times at Home Park.
More.
Right, Joe Inibby, I am so hungry now, I want a shaker. What is a shaker? Neil Michaels, yeah, Home Park. Glenn, In the States, when ordering fish and chips, I was asked if I wanted fries with it.
Simon.
Yes.
Rockstar commented the roast potato. Yes, I like the roast potatoes.
Well,
With the bacon.
Yeah, but you're jumping ahead of the thing. Oh,
No, I didn't jump. You didn't.
Okay. Well, I'm working my way up. Joe Ford. So I keep calling you John. Sorry, Joe. Anyone know about buying a vehicle in the fields, legal stuff, etc.? We'll come back to that. Joe Pino typo shakies. Today I got pizza and takeaway. I have never had a shakies. I don't think Ellen is a fan of those because she's never suggested it. I think the next pizza we're going to get will probably be Greenwich Village. I've never had one of those, but
What?
What?
Greenwich what?
Isn't it called Greenwich Village? What's it called?
Just Greenwich.
Well, there's a place, Greenwich Village in New York. Greenwich. Well, there's a place called Greenwich. So I'm glad I amused you. Yeah, never had shakies. Ellen has never suggested it. And usually what happens is Ellen suggests somewhere, and I say yes. She's about to pinch me
everything
then.
I suggested is
Yeah. Joe PP, 13 in a room, only 3 likes. Well, what can you do? Maybe they don't like it. I've got 11 likes. What are you talking about? Maybe that was you, Joe. Maybe you got them going. Thank you very much for that, mate. Ken McCullen, good day. I'm having another beer. Been a shithouse day here, rain and strong winds. Really? In Australia? Oh, I didn't know the weather got like that over there. I thought it was always blistering hot. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. I'm sure the beer will get you past that. Glenn, Joe Ford, Paul McGill did a video on buying a car, etc. I think Paul McGill's done a video on everything, hasn't he? In answer to your question, the way things work over here is if you buy it from a dealership, they have agents, and each dealership has an agent, and they sort it out for you. So they put the paperwork over to the LTO get this, they get that, etc., and it comes back, and you don't really have anything to do with the LTO. It's like when we bought the scooter, I believe it is the same process. They register it for you. Yeah. The LTO send the documents to the bike shop. You get the documents from them. When the license plates are finally available, they send them to the dealership, and you get them from there. Friends I know who have bought cars over here, it is the same process. The dealership takes over everything. If you do it privately, I think you have to do pretty much everything yourself. You have to register it yourself and things. I think you can go to a lawyer and they sort it out for you, or you can go to the LTO. But it's buyer beware over here when you're buying second-hand things. It really is. But as Glenn said, Paul McGill has made a video on it, apparently. So you're probably better watching that because I am no expert. But I can find out. I might talk to some. I might do a video on that one day. I've got lots of friends who bought second-hand cars over here, but I have never done it myself. Joni P, where are you, Ken MC? Adam, Shaky versus Greenwich. Do you think Shakey's is as good as Greenwich, Adam, or do you not know? William Hickey, just turning in. Welcome, William. SNR Pizza. I have never heard of SNR Pizza. Do we have an SR Pizza in Dumagetti? No, not heard of them.
Haven't heard.
A lot of the chains, like I love Krispy King over here. It's a very popular chain. I think there's 27 of them in Dumagetti or something ridiculous like that. But they're only in Dumagetti. Well, no, they're only in Negros and Cebu. I think yeah, and one other island. So maybe SNR, wherever you were, it might be where you are, but it's not necessarily where we are. But I've never seen an SNR Pizza. Joe and Peony, Greenwich lasagna is the best. Never tried it. You like the lasagna there, don't you? Yeah. I've never been to Greenwich. Ella quite likes it. I keep meaning to go there because they do the bigger pizzas there. I want to get a couple of the big ones, take them home and have a little feast. William Hickey, I enjoy these chats, honest. Well, I hope you do. There's not much point in being on it if you don't. So you're asking, I enjoy them. I hope you do too, mate. I hope everyone does. Adam Fonte, Greenwich tuna lasagna and Mojo potatoes are nice. I have never heard of a Mojo potato. Joe Peony, and warming to Shakey's pizza up. Warming my Shaky pizza up. Well, there you go. Maybe I'll try Shakey's. What's that other one that sounds like Shakey's that I've been to? Sloppies or Sloopies or something, isn't it?
Angel?
No, I just
A
said
pizza place?
Sloppies or Sloop. There is a place that sounds like Shakey's. It has a food court in Dumagetti on the second floor in I can't speak. It doesn't matter. You know the place I mean. I've eaten. It's got a little food court in the top floor of Robinson's, and it's called Sloopies or Slot. It sounds like Shakey's. I always think it's
Scoobies?
Scoobies. Do they do pizza? Scoobies. There you go, Scoobies. I said sounds like
They
Sloppy.
do.
They?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Joe Pena, oh, Greenwich, oh. I think Joe might have been on the old Tanduay. God bless him. Adam, in my opinion, number 1 Shakey's, number 2 Yellow Cab, number 3 Greenwich, but all 3 are great. Really? Well, there you go. I'm surprised, but I've heard Yellow Cab are great, but they don't deliver here, and the only Yellow Cab is on the main boulevard, and I don't really go down the boulevard, but I have heard good things. Tell you who likes Yellow Cab pizzas, Scott, regular guy. He always bangs on about how good they are. I say, oh, it makes sounds like we're really good mates. We're not, but the times I've spoken to him, he has told me how much he loves some best pizza in the Philippines, he reckons. I imagine they're an American chain, but I never saw a Yellow Cab in America. I saw Yellow Cabs, but I never saw a Yellow Cab pizza place. Neil Michaels, why don't I bring this a bit closer? I'm straining here. Isn't this about time aren't you supposed to change now? Ellen's had an agreement. She's going to do like a Baby May kind of thing. She's going to change her outfits every half an hour, and she's going to dance seductively behind me in the videos.
Never. I can make your
Have you any?
drink.
Oh, can you really? I was about to ask, but I didn't want to make you see. Ellen's going to make her
Because
first.
I'm gonna brush my teeth. I feel like I have a block.
That's sexy. Thank you very much. Ellen's going to make me her first ever White Russian. She saw me do it earlier on, so this will be interesting. Thank you, my love. I was going to ask you,
Hold on.
but I didn't want to come over as some kind of chauvinist. I wanted to look like, we have the perfect relationship. I am a modern man. I respect you and everything about you, and you respect me. None of it's true, of course. It's just an act, but there you go. Right, here we go, chaps. Ellen will return with clean teeth and a cocktail. Oh, Joe, thank you very much, mate. You didn't, that's very kind of you. You are not obliged to do that, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now, I've lost track of the old things, but I really do appreciate that, Joe, but don't do any more, mate. It's, I will have a San Miguel on you tomorrow night, brother. Well, I won't. I'm not going out tomorrow. Anyway, I will have a cup. Thank you very much. If you ever get yourself over here, Joe, we will have a beer. It'd be nice if some of you chaps did get yourself over here. The guy I interviewed today, James Cook, been a subscriber for a long time, commented, it was lovely to meet him, and now he's moving here. Met him last Thursday night. We had a good chat at the quiz, and it really would be nice to meet some of you guys. Have you encountered any, Neil Mark, have you encountered you called Guapo on the Phil's Travels yet, Si? No, never. The only 2 people who've called me Guapo is when I've complained that no one's ever called me Guapo. So I've been complaining to mention it and that, and bar staff and girls I used to know things, I'll call you Guapo, you're Guapo. But no, all this bullshit that you hear, or maybe I'm just an ugly guy. What's happening with this shirt, for God's sake? Stuck to me, it's so humid today. Never. You hear these stories, you get out of the airport, you walk along and all these women are saying Guapo, Guapo. No, never happened to me. Ken McCullen, 12 likes now. Just remember to refresh and it will update for you. Fantastic. Trouble is, I'm scared to upfreshen things. Really grateful, chaps. I'm scared to refresh and stuff like that because I might cut you guys off. But the likes are very greatly appreciated, as was the very generous donation, Joe. You're a good man. Thank you. William Hickey, in general, Trias, also Manila. NSR Pizza is New York style pizza. I need to open an SR Pizza in Duma. Well, if it's a franchise, you could do that, mate. That could be a good move for you, brother. There are a few businesses over here I think would work. I've got no intention of doing them, but on the food front, there are a lot of options over here, a lot of possibilities. I was going to open a Krispy King over in Sikio, but then I thought better of it. I can give you an update on my attacker. If anyone asks me tonight, I can actually give you an update on that, but I swore to myself I wasn't going to talk about it because I never do, but I got an update. Jim Pendergast, after the lovely family day you had at the water park with Ellen and Kayla, mean your Pattaya days are over? Oh, my Pattaya days are long over, mate. If I went back to Thailand, I would never go back to Pattaya. I'd go there for a holiday. That was never my... Pattaya was never my thing. What I liked about Pattaya was the vibe. I could never live there. It's not my kind of thing. It's long term, but I just like the vibe there. Anyway, yeah, but no, it's I think I've talked about that before on here. Kyle Esteban. Hello, Kyle, welcome. When you do a vlog, look for expats that choose to live completely off-grid. Interview them about the expat success living off-grid and what problems they have run into and cost. Well, the trouble is I don't really meet any people like that. I would have to go looking for them, and that would mean I would be taking the channel more seriously than I actually do. Because I have thought at times, just get on the bike, go away for a week and actually look for people. Because the people I interview, they just turn up in my lap. You know, I'll meet them in a bar or do whatever. I have a very lazy style. But my mate Dingo, who lives up in the mountain, it was his son who was fighting the other day on the video. He has said a couple of times, why don't you come up and meet some of the locals and see the people that live off grid? Oh, first. Thank you, gorgeous.
You try it first. Did I put too much vodka?
That's lovely. That's very nice. Thank you. That's very nice.
Are you serious? Let me taste it.
It's nice. You're too good to me. But now, Kyle, I will take that on. I will take that. What problems I've run into in cost, I will take that in. Any restaurant named Sloopy should go out of business. Joe, you didn't have to send more, mate. That's incredibly generous of you, mate. But thank you. But honestly, mate, you don't have to. But thank you. God bless you. I will have a beer and a cocktail on you, brother. And when you come over here, I will return the favour. Thank you, mate. Kyle Esteban. There we go. You did say in the last live stream you might come over at some stage, didn't you, Joe, when you come back to the Philippines?
I heard you talking about your update on the thing. Tell them.
Neil Michaels, you're trying to...
Where are you going back?
I just thanked you for the same thing. Sorry, mate. I just thanked you twice. I get very confused with this. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for anyway. I thought you'd done enough. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, that's perfect with a beer and a cocktail. Oh, it's Jack Star. Thank you, brother. Very grateful, mate. Much appreciated. No, I got confused there. I go up and down, and the thing come up, and I saw the amount had gone up, and I got confused with my old things. Thank you, Jack. Always appreciated, brother. Between the two of you now, what can I do with £15 in the Philippines? I can have a damn good night out. Damn good night out. Had a very naughty night after the boxing the other night, but thank you, Jack. Unnecessary, but always appreciated. Neil Michaels, you trying to convince Ellen to do the bikini pics for the thumbnails like Baby May to get the viewing numbers up? Listen, I like Paul, I like Baby. They're a nice couple. I'm not knocking it, but everyone has a little bit of, you know, the way that has gone in terms of the sexual thing. I don't, fair play to them, whatever works. I'm not knocking them. But Ellen, it horrifies Ellen. She's all the time like, have you seen this? Have you seen that? And I'm like, what? She says, why are they? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but it does horrify her. You're going to get back on here, sweetie?
I'm fine. I'm comfortable here.
Yeah, but you're not in the bloody thing, are you?
That's fine.
It's
I'm
not
even talking.
Yeah, well, you can be talking, can't you? I will come down here like an old man, all hunched up. Whose legs are those?
Where?
Joe Ford, I will be back in Ronda Cebu late July, so I can come over to your island for a visit. Please do, mate. Please do. Please do. You never know. We might come and see you. I'm thinking, I've got it in my head, but no, do come. I've got it in my head at some stage, because I'm planning to go back to the UK at some stage. Only for a few months to sort some things out and that. We'll have to talk about that. But I'm thinking before then, if I can persuade them, I like the idea, or I might go by myself. Just driving around for a couple of weeks, going a few places, meeting some subscribers and things.
You can.
Joe Ford, you in the UK, Jack? Yeah, but that's a good question because we haven't followed that. Was it Lithuania or Liechtenstein? It was Lithuania you were in. What is Lithuania like, Jack? I don't think I've been to Lithuania. But I get so confused. Someone asked me the other week, have I been to Slovakia? And I said, no, I don't think so. But I have, because I love Bratislava. I've been there a few times. So it's like, no, have I been to Lithuania? I don't think I have. Glenn, Jim, don't you live almost off grid? Yeah, Jim would be a good person to speak. I'd like to interview Jim. I'd like to interview Glenn. I'd like to interview all of you. And we couldn't do it through Skype. But whenever I've suggested that to people, I know Glenn reckons that he's a bit of a technophobe and he wouldn't know what to do. Yet he's online all the time fiddling with things. He's an engineer by trade. I'm sure he knows what to do. He's just a secretive chap. And why not? But you know, Jim's got a lot of that stuff sorted out. I'll have to have a chat with Jim about that. All for one, all those scammers and shysters there can jog on, mate. Absolute disgrace of a place. Where is an absolute disgrace of a place? Not sure where we're talking about here.
The Philippines.
No, he's not talking about the Philippines.
In Lithuania?
I don't know. Where are you talking about, all for one? Which place have you got a problem with? The Philippines, Lithuania, or what? Adam Fonte, I remember my first flight into the Philippines last year. On arrival, there was a dozen airport Filipinos standing together, greeting arrivals, saying, "Welcome to the Philippines," in unison. Lovely. So they weren't saying guapo. Joe Ford, I am for now, pal. Yeah, working on a few business projects and sorting out my eldest daughter out. Sorting my eldest daughter out? Sounds like she's in trouble. She's gone a bit wild, so to speak. Oh, there you go. She does sound like she's in trouble. Well, rites of passage, mate. They do, don't they? Mate, it's awful there. Always ripping off and scamming the foreigners. Yeah, but where? Lithuania or the Philippines? Bill Root, give us an update on your attacker. Ah, well, funny you should say that. I got a message. Thank you for asking. I don't believe a word of it, to be honest with you. If it's true, then I suppose it's sad, but where's my phone gone? Can you grab my other phone?
Is it still on the pipe?
No, it's saying anything. I will read you the message in a second. Joe, it's off grid here in Balatan, over mountains, only 2 foreigners, no bank, no Jollibee, no post office. Now, I think what he means by off grid is, you know, like, you know, your own solar, your own, you know, no electricity, that kind of stuff. I might be wrong, but just give me a second while I find this. Joe Ford, I got the T-shirt, Jack. I have 5 daughters in the UK. Yeah, I do. I you know, it was one of those things. I was quite jealous of Jack when he went to New York, in the sense that he went there with his 2 daughters. And when I got friends like, you know, our kind of age and things, who've got kids and things, I think I'm missing out on something here. I should have had that. I should have, you know, wouldn't it be nice to take your kids away and spoil them? I enjoyed going, I mean, Kay's not my kid, but, you know, I enjoyed going down to the water park and things. But equally, the flip side of that is how lucky I am in the sense that I haven't had to deal with, you know, problems with boyfriends and the worry of all that kind of stuff. So it's like, you know, it's kind of, yeah, it's a double sword, isn't it, really? Joe, an EP25, I am in the main island at Luzon. Jackstar, Joe Ford, Joe Penny Jackstar. Anyway, right, while you guys catch up.
What's this?
Yeah, I never, right, I'm going to read you a little message now. And all I'll tell you is, this is the only update I have ever had from about him, the attacker. And I got this the other day from a friend who will remain nameless, completely out of the blue. And he said, "Hi, buddy, you remember CG, your old neighbour? He messaged a friend of mine that he has terminal colon cancer, 3 to 6 months to live. He went back to Canada, and at the airport his colon ruptured and he went to hospital. Found out there he is done. Not long for this world. I would say karma caught up with his dumb ass." That was the message. To which my reply is, don't believe a word of it. Guy's a fantasist. You know, he suddenly goes back to Canada. I didn't even know he was still in the Philippines. But he suddenly goes back, and can't come back because he's suddenly only got 3 months to live. If he's got it, it's sad, but I don't feel sorry for him. I mean, you know what I mean? But I don't believe a word of it. Anyway, I only told you that because, I believe the guy that sent me the message here said that, but I think it's the kind of shit he would make up to get out of coming back to the Philippines because he's running. His whole life is a fantasy. But anyway, that is the only message or contact I've had of anyone over here that knows him since our dispute. And this is probably the first live stream that no one has asked me about him. So I'm just giving you an update. Whether it's true or not, I do not know.
What's his girlfriend's name?
Whose girlfriend's name?
CJ. CJ.
I've got no idea. How would I know what his girlfriend's name is?
Because
I don't know anything about what you're talking about. I don't know anything. Anyway.
You don't know? Because I'm going to...
Right,
Maybe it's not the one.
Jack Star, Joe Ford, Jack Star, Adam Fonte, they're doing nice faces at each other. Some great women are off-grid, but their life isn't for the weak. I'm guessing you mean weak, EAK. Okay, yeah, all right, good, right. I tip my hat to you, Joe. Yeah, okay, now we've got it right, yeah, because I was getting thinking like, you're going to stay there for a week, or is it, I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live like that. Do you know what I mean? Jack Star in the lead, $10 snots is bigger than dollars. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but there we go. Joe Pini, Adam, my wife's got 5 sisters. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm getting overrun. They're in a while. In the wire. Joe Ford, Jack's richer than me. I don't know what you're talking about. You must be talking about the super chats, whatever you call them, right? Glenn, if your attacker is making such things up, that is super sick. Well, I don't. He's a sick guy, isn't he? I mean, ill. I'm just saying, it's. I might be wrong. He might actually be ill, but it would seem strange to me that you're leaving the Philippines and then you suddenly get sick at the airport and cannot come back because you're dying. That, to me, someone like him saying that would be someone who is probably trying to get away from his girlfriend or whatever relationship he's been over here. I might be doing an injustice. But in the time I knew him, everything he ever said to me was a lie. So, I tend not to believe that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just being cynical. Kyle Esteban, I did move to the Philippines. However, I must do a reset. So I am temporarily back in the States. When I am back in the first thing I must do is my 13A and the proper paperwork for a permanent residency. Okay, well, you've got a man with a plan. Nice one, Joe Ford. Love. Joni Pete, pounds is bigger than dollars. I'm getting very confused by this pounds is bigger than dollars thing. I'm not quite sure what we're talking about here. But there we go. You lost me. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's the cocktails. It's bloody humid tonight. This shirt is sticking to me like a something. It's not humid.
Probably it's your drink.
My drink? Why would a White Russian make me? How can a White Russian make you sweat? The dude drinks the White Russians, and he's the Caucasians, as he calls them, and he is the coolest man in the world. We watch films together.
Coolest.
She watches films with me sometimes, and she never wants to watch my films until she actually starts watching them, and then she enjoys them because I have good taste in films. And I do. I'm not being arrogant. She likes loads of crap. But the one film I have tried to get her to watch, and she's always given up 5 minutes into it, is The Big Lebowski. And come on, guys, tell her she is missing. Anyone who's there now, message Ellen and convince her how good The Big Lebowski is. All the Coen brother films are great. It's one of the characters in it, the dude. He drinks White Russians all the time. Jack Star, Joe Ford, not me, man. Hard work and being away too much cost me a couple of houses and trouble with my eldest now. You will sort it out, Dragstar. There are no problems in life, just challenges. But I sympathise. I can't really empathise because I find it hard to imagine myself in a situation with children. But I certainly sympathise. You're a busy man. Life is stressful enough. You don't need other outside. Anyway, there you go. Ken McCullen. Yeah, you told me not to come to the Philippines and bash that bastard in Siquijor. Served in the Canadian Army, my arse. Yeah, I told you not to come and bash him in because I don't need people to fight my battles. Honestly, mate, I'm not going to go into that night, but he attacked me, and to be honest with you, he ran off, and look, anyway, yeah, I don't see that. I appreciate the support, but I've got a mate over here who keeps telling me every time I see him, I'm going to go over there and sort. I don't, anyway. He's an old man. Anyway, you know, yeah, I'm very grateful, but honestly, I don't need help handling CG. There's a reason why he disappeared and I never saw him again after that night when he attacked me. There's a reason why he locked himself in the house. Jackstar, Ken McCullen, it's the only thing he served Buddy is dinner to his mum, and served plates of bullshit. Oh no, you're right, mate. He was never in the Canadian Army. I mean, that was the thing about him. It was like, I can't believe I'm talking about him again. But that's what I found so outrageous about him. The first time I met him, his lies about, you know, Manny Pacquiao and that, I didn't believe them, but they could be valid because you don't know. You've met someone for the first time. But all the army stuff and that happened like about 6 months after. He told me he'd never been in the military. You know, he told me he was a journalist and all that, and then all of a sudden he'd suddenly been in the army. That was an extraordinary thing about him. He'd just make things up, and as it, you know, just out of the blue. It's like, you know, oh, he was just crazy. Which is why I don't believe a word he said. It's like this living on $6,000 a month. Everything he said was shite. Anyway, Joe Ford, I 100% agree. The Plastered Finger, if you like The Big Lebowski, have you watched Twin Town or La Cha-Cha? Both Kevin Allen films, both very funny. Pretty Shitty City. I love Twin Town. Brilliant film. It's, I'm going to do a vlog at some stage. I'm going to walk around the town because I think this is just like Dylan Thomas said, a ugly, lovely town. And as soon as I was thinking that to start off with, I'm thinking of the bit in Twin Towns where he says ugly lovely town when he comes out the train station and he explains what it is and he says, yeah, pretty shitty city. Anyway, Adam Fonte, I am at 0 marriages and the way my generation is looking is probably the best to stay that way. Yeah, well, there you go. You are a younger man than us, Jack. You have a new way of thinking. You're what generation are you? Because you're not Generation X, are you? Are you Generation Z? Gen Z? You're 30, aren't you? I lose track of the of what generations we are these days.
Oh, he's just 1 year older than me.
1 year older. What generation are you?
Millennials.
Gen Z?
Millennials.
I don't think millennials is a generation.
Well,
Is millennials a generation?
yeah. Between 1981 and 1996.
So what's Gen Z?
I think after 1996. Hold on.
But they're older second chaps.
1997 and 2012.
1997? And what year were you born?
1996.
Okay, she's just outside Gen Z. Oh, you're too old for me. All right, let's just say counsellors rehab to come and right, pal, just a solution to solve. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, well, yeah, you will solve it, brother. And she'll solve it herself. You know, I was a bit of a wild child. We all are at times. I mean, a lot of this stuff you grow out of yourself, but it must be very worrying to you as a parent. I think there's some of the crap I put my parents through, and well, not my father. I don't like him at all. I've not seen him in a long, but my mother, I feel very bad about that. The Plaster's Finger, the taxi driver, Paul Durden, sadly passed away a while ago. Told Kevin's mum to fuck off. I'm busy. That's a good film, Twin Town. Neil McDonald's, 1996 to 2010 is Gen Z. There you go. I lose track of that. It's there are a lot of letters to millennial bit keeps it up. Keeps it easier though. You can imagine millennials, the 2000s. Yeah. So Adam Fonte, hi buddy. You think you're right. Certainly never have a woman live in my pad again in UK anyways. How are your dates going, Jackstar? How are your dates going? And what do you count as living in your pad? Do you mean like living there permanently, or do you mean can she have a toothbrush over or whatever? What are the ground rules an active young man like yourself lays down? That'd be interesting. Bindabar, boomer and proud of it, LOL. Yeah, well, the boomers were the chosen generation. What?
Why is it chosen?
No, but they did very well in terms of pensions and retirement and all the rest. It was when they've done better. Our generation has not done too bad. The old Gen Zs are pretty screwed, unfortunately, in terms of their futures. But there you go. But the boomers took it all. The Adam Fonte Jackstar, hey bud, you're a smart man, better safe than sorry. Yeah, no, that's wise words. It's yeah. I'll be careful what I say now. I am a bit jealous of Jack, getting back on the old wagon and doing the old dating things and that. But I'm so happy with my lovely.
I don't care. I don't care.
You care. You care bitterly. You
can leave whenever you want.
What do you mean I can leave whenever I want? It's my house. Where am I going to go? It's...
Out in a relationship.
Jim, boomers are the best. Oh, are you actually boomers though? You are boomers, aren't you? Yeah. Because my mother is 72 and she always claims she's not a boomer. I never know when do the boomers, what generation's the baby boomers?
Hold on.
Well, we've been going 52 minutes. We've got 19 people on, and it's fluctuated up and down, but we've only got 12 likes. How many likes have you got on there? Have a little refresh after and see what goes on there. 12. There you go. 12 now. Fantastic. We're on the same thing. Jim Pescegard, born 1948.
1955 to 1960. Oh, I think. Wait, hold on. 1946 to 1954. They have the boomers.
Okay, yeah. So you are Jim. You are a boomer. Yeah. My parents aren't boomers then, because they were born in 54 and 56. So what are they?
Still a boomer.
Still boomers.
Yeah.
So when did boomers stop being boomers?
1964.
And what generation is that then?
Well, according to the
Gen X
research.
Yeah, it's me, Gen X, 1960, because I was 71.
They had the boomers one and
yeah, no,
too.
So Gen X. So that makes sense. And I didn't realise this was a big thing.
They also have the baby boomers. It's so confusing.
Right, so I've lost a lot of stuff. It born in Bindabar, 1946 till 64 off the top of my head. I think you're right. That's what more or less what Ellen's got there. So you are wise. Tell you what, Glenn, if you were over here, you would clean up on the quiz night, mate. Carl Esteban, 46 to 64. Yep, you've got the same as Glenn, the baby boomers. Simon Kendall, 13 now, mate. Good going, buddy. Oh, 13 likes. No, 16 likes now. Hey, look, we're on fire. We are on fire. We could break the record. Trouble is, I wouldn't know if we broke the record or not, because I don't know how many likes I've ever had on here. Jackstar, I'm definitely, they can stay maybe 2 nights. Yeah, going well. 2 nights. That's it. On the 3rd day, away they go. Honestly uninterested. I'm a Canadian baby boomer lady. I love your lives for your beautiful, sexy British accent. You could be my toy boy any day, baby. A fella never dumps you. Are you watching that, Ellen? There you go. That is a woman with taste. Honestly uninterested. You have taken a space in my heart. God bless you, darling. Before 1946 is a silent generation. Well, presumably they're a silent generation because there aren't many of them left. Neil Michaels, 64 to 80 is Generation X. They're big spans, these, aren't they? What they say, they're like, so that's a 16-year gap, but they all like 16. Glenn showing 17 now. Well, there you go. I'll have to refresh. Chemical, I've just noticed that Ellen is making bigger drinks for herself than for you. Are you really?
It's just a big cup.
Wouldn't surprise me. You know, a lot of people say on this channel, you know, like, you know, Ellen's lovely and all the rest of it. No, but I tell you now, Ellen is a lovely girl. We don't have the perfect relationship. We have the odd occasional misunderstanding, and I might snap and she sulks for a week, so neither of us are perfect.
You won't snap.
But she is a raging alcoholic. I tell you that, a raging alcoholic. You know, and that's why the relationship works. She starts snapping. I just bring a bit of Tanduay round, and she's.
There's no vodka in it.
Oh.
Some milk in that. What do you call this? Coffee liqueur.
Well, that's against the rules. It's either a white Russian or nothing. Don't do the white milk and the Kahlua, because you know what happens when you do that, don't you?
What?
Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. That's a private joke about someone we know who drinks Kahlua and milk. But well spotted, Ken. Well spotted, mate. Jack Star. Ellen, I see me, and speaking of Asia goes travelling, yes, we will drag you as well. Yeah, no, we're going, Jack. We are going, mate. We are going. I think, I tell you, as long as you're not camera shy, that will be a fantastic trip. Really will. I feel like, it's amazing. I feel like I know a lot of you guys really well, which is bizarre because I don't know you at all. And you don't know me. Well, you probably know me a bit better than I know you, because obviously you see me and a few people have said, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but the people I've interviewed here have all said, you are exactly like you are on, you know, in the thing. And I say, well, what do you expect? And they said, well, we don't know. We didn't think it might have been an act. And I'm thinking, an act what? Like a loudmouth idiot? I mean, why would anyone pretend to be like me? You know, it's the way I am. But yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's strange. I've not met you, but I would love to, and be interested to see what you guys actually are like. Adam Fenty, what's your weekend look like, pal? Was it a good one? Adam Fenty, moved into my new apartment over the weekend, mostly set up now and ready to work. What's your apartment like, mate? I was always amazed me how one of the amazing things about the Philippines and Thailand, Cambodia, is how much more, I mean, look, I like the Philippines, I like the people, obviously I'm here, so there must be something about it, but they have awful, god-awful taste when it comes to furniture and things like that. They will build a new house, and she agrees, and they will screw it up with purple curtains and bright pink couches and yellow walls. And the reason we got this place, the reason we fell in love with this place, was because it was neutral colours. It was white, and it was, you know, the things were cream. You know, zero taste. Cambodia, Siem Reap, nearly all the apartments I was in and stayed in and went to look at there, they're all like European apartments, all neutral colours, all tastefully done, could all be European places. It is virtually impossible to get anything European looking in Dumaguete. Strange. Honestly uninterested, brilliant. Yeah, she's got me thinking now, honestly uninterested. I really am building up a mental picture of her. I bet she's got a sexy voice too. Adam Fonte, getting ready for this Bitcoin summer. Oh, there you go, you see. I hope you guys don't forget me when you've made your billions on Bitcoin. When the economy crashes and you're off on your spaceships to Mars. Reserve a place for me. Jack Star, Adam Fenty, nice one, pal. Why did you move? Better location, money, or... Simon Kendall, I made a decision to move to Duma probably at the end of the year, buddy, or maybe January. Well, that is the funny thing, isn't it? Be nice to have you back here, Simon, although you were never actually here, were you? I mean, you came down that night and went out and had a few drinks. But this is why I do not travel around the Philippines. I might have mentioned this before, I don't know if I did, but there's a guy called Eric who used to do the quiz in Sideways, and he left. And he has a reputation that every couple of years he moved somewhere else. And that is why he left Dumagetti. He moved up to Iloilo, near Broccolod. So he left, and that's why they asked me, because I was doing the quiz at Kingswick, so they approached me to take over the quiz at Sideways. So I did that, but he came back. I'm sorry if I've said this in the previous live stream, but he came back about 2 weeks ago. It was his barbecue we went to on the beach, Izu Beach down in Darwin, and he's moving back to Dumagetti. And I said to him, why are you moving back to Dumagetti? What's wrong with Iloilo? And he said, I've been moving around for the last 10 years. I've tried a year. And he said, the reality is there is nowhere better than Dumagetti. And he says, I'm back. I missed the place. And as I say to people here, 90% of the expats that I know over here have been in the Philippines for 20 years plus. Most of them have been here a long time. Guy on Ray up there, he's been here 30 plus years. Dingo's been here a long time. There are some who've been here 4 or 5 years, but invariably the ones who've been here a long time have lived in other places, and they have come back or stayed in Dumagetti. And whenever I say I should travel more, I should take Ellen away and do this and do that, everyone says, don't bother. There is nowhere better than here. I mean, go away for a weekend or a week or whatever, but don't think about moving anywhere else. There is nowhere as good as Dumagetti. Which surprises me, because Dumagetti is not great. But when you get these people who, like in Manila and Subic and that, all saying, why do you live in that dump Dumagetti and why would anyone live there? You know, the flip side is, well, if it's so crap, why do so many people live here? And why do so many people who have been in the Philippines for so long still choose to live here? You know? I can't say it's better than Manila or it's better than Subic because I've never lived in those places. I'm just saying the fact that so many expats live here and so many long-term expats live here must give you the clue that there is something about the place. But it would be great to have you back, Simon. Kyle Esteban, and when I am back in the Philippines, I also must work my land project. I purchased 4.4 hectares and put the land title in the eldest son name. He's a Filipino citizen. Well, it's always good to put it in the kids' names if you can. That is always a good option. A good option. I worried Eleanor stayed so long. The fact that she stayed so long in the video, even though she's not participating now, is she's going to tell me afterwards, you have to take me out and get dinner, or I have to go and do something now because I was part of the live stream. I know it's coming. You know it is because you stopped cooking. You've come out here now and you're going to say you're hungry and you're going to want to go and... Anyway. Can you get that box?
What box?
The box from the hot dog place. That one out there. I want to show them that. Okay.
Okay.
We're up to 17 likes now. That's a lot, 4.4 hectares, isn't it? I'm trying to picture how that big is. I can imagine acres. I can't imagine hectares. I'm going to show you something now. Adam Fono, I've been doing Airbnbs for the past year as I've been slow travelling in Southeast Asia. Now I've just signed a 3-month lease. It's got everything I need to focus. And I bet it's quite nicely, tastefully decorated. And what is it, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment, something like that? Now, I'm going to show you guys something now, which I'm going to do a vlog on at some stage. And I'm going to act surprised in the vlog because, you know, I'll take a bit of poetic license on it. But there is a burger, hot dog place, well, it's a burger place just round the corner from ours called Super Mackey's. And I went there the other day. It's called Big Mac. Big Mac.
Super Mac.
Well, I don't know, I get mixed up. I'm terrible with names. Called Big Mac. Mackey. No, Big Mac.
Big Mac.
Big Mac. B-I-G, as in big, and Mac, M-A-K. And I went there the other day when I dropped Ellen and we got stopped at a roadblock, so I had to drop Ellen and Kayla off. And I came back and I was hungry. So I went there and I got their super long hot dog for 67 pesos. Look at this bad boy. And it comes in a box. And it is not a bad hot dog. Can you imagine that? 67 peso hot dog. There you go. I think the old cocktails have gone to my head now. Talking nonsense, but that's not bad, is it? I sprinkled a bit of chili powder on top. I broke some chilies up and put that on top. Came with mayonnaise and ketchup. It was lovely. If you play your cards right, darling, I will take you for a super long hot dog tonight.
I'm full now.
Jackstar, mate, I had one of my dates say that I laughed her knickers off which I loved. Which I loved, as you know, I'm quite cheeky. But you literally laughed her knickers off. You dirty dog, you. I've always had to pull them, sometimes with my teeth, but I've never been able to laugh them off. She's oblivious. Yeah, no. No, that's what it's like, mate. If you, many comedians have said in the past, if you can make a woman laugh, you are 99% of the way there. What do you think, Ellen? What does our Canadian darling think? It's like 1960s avocado-coloured bathroom suites. Yeah. Everything is awful here in terms of they could build a really nice house from the outside, and they will screw it up. Mind you, there is a mansion just down the road, a huge place with some Filipinos live in. We only noticed it about 2 months ago. They lit it up one night. Maybe it was empty, but it is an extraordinary big place, talking millions and millions and millions, and it's all glass, every room. And when you go past that, that's quite tastefully done, but it's very few and far between in the Philippines. Jack Star, Adam Fonte, I wonder, focusing on what? Yeah, I wonder too. I'm assuming he meant on his Bitcoin and his online business. Jack Star, altcoin research, DeFi strategies, as well as other related crypto narrative research. Well, there you go. Adam Fonte, I'm going down the crypto miner route, to be honest, but beating the greedy powder drain with a hydrogen generator. My God, you guys are really at it, aren't you? Makes me feel old, that. I understand in principle how the old Bitcoin coining works, and yeah, but yeah, fair play, power to you. 4.4 hectares is around 10 acres. Well, that makes I can imagine acres. That's quite a big bit of land. Presumably that's up in a mountain or in a province somewhere, isn't it? I mean, that would cost you a fortune here. I mean, it really would. But up in the mountains up here in Valencia, it's dirt cheap. No one seems to want to live in the mountains for some reason. Probably because it's the middle of nowhere. Ellen lives up a mountain in Tanhai. Pamplona. But is your mountain in Pamplona?
My what?
Is the mountain actually in Pamplona?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They saw a westerner there once, about 150 years ago. You can't hear me. And she, the first time I met her, she came down to, it's the first time she ever came to my apartment, came to stay with us. Like, usually there's like, you're worried about small talk and what you're going to say all the rest of it and try and relax her and that. But it was fantastic because I just spent about 3 or 4 hours explaining to her about electricity and how that worked. And, and she just wanted to sit there flicking the light switches on and off. She'd never seen such stuff like that. And the ovens that heated up. It was just amazing. It was like such fun. And then she was exhausted after she'd seen all these. And the television, my God, she couldn't work out how the little man had got in the box. And funny, I've got a nice friendly file at 1-bedroom apartment close to Pub Street. Now there you go. That's a good way to go, mate. You must have found it is a brilliant place, Pub Street, if you want to meet backpackers and things like that. I'm too old for that these days, and I'm happy in a relationship. But that was my game when I was over there. But we're going back over 10 years now. But yeah, that is the good thing about Siem Reap. Quite hard to meet Kumar women because they're very conservative. But very easy to meet backpackers of a certain age who were there for a week or so, who would like someone to show them around. I will say no more. A hectare is around 2.5 acres, I think. Well, thank you, Joe. That is very helpful. I did not know that. I might pop that in a quiz tomorrow night. No, I won't. The quiz is on Thursday. Mate, that's a hoggy, Jack Star. Yeah, that is a big. And it comes in a nice box as well. The box must have cost them 5 pesos. But there's another place called Angel's Hot Dogs, or Angel's Burger Bar, which is a chain which Simon is watching. He loves it. I think it's awful there. But I got one of their long hot dogs once before, and You only kind of go to this place like that when there is because you're hungry. And what actually happened was I dropped her off at the traffic stop because I couldn't go through because I had 2 on a scooter. And I went back and I went to Krispy Kreme. But the chicken looked all dry and it had been out too long. Oh, I sod this, I'm going home. And then I went past this place, thought, oh, get a hot dog or something, I'm hungry. I'd only bought that on the off chance, but I have had they call it the foot-long hot dog, I think it's called, at Angel's Burgers, and it's awful. And I've never been back there since. But that was actually very nice. Well, not very nice, that's an exaggeration. It was okay. I was blown away by the quality of the box and the value. Honestly uninterested. Yes, if a man can make me laugh, I can love him for sure. And you are very funny and cute. You make me blush now. Look at Ellen with her full smile. She suddenly pops up there. She's been ignoring everything. Now she's pinching me. She suddenly pops up and does that.
Not a jealous person.
Then why are you pulling the hairs on my legs?
No.
You clearly, honestly uninterested, you clearly are a woman of great taste. That's all I will say. Adam Fonte, I remember having one of those hot dogs at a pit stop when travelling up to those twin lakes close to you. I definitely used stomach pills afterwards. Really? Really? I've never had a problem with those. I have had bad food poisoning a couple of times when I first came to the Philippines. But touch wood. And that was from Jollibee the last time. I will not trust Jollibee ever again. The fried chicken there is okay because it's hot. You know, it's come straight out of the frying pan. But stuff like that spaghetti, God, won't touch it. They just keep it warmed up for hours in that bloody pot. And the annoying thing is, the last time we went there, I ordered spaghetti. And I said to her afterwards, I said, I shouldn't have ordered spaghetti. She said, why not? I said, because I'd only tried it once before. She'd had some and it tasted all right. And I thought, I'd try that. And I said, a few of the viewers, subscribers have said they got sick off the Jollibee spaghetti. I shouldn't have ordered this. And she said, no, you'll be fine. Order it, have it. You know, enjoy it, because I already ordered it. So don't worry about it. And I had it. I'm not blaming you. It was my decision to order it. But I did say to you, didn't I, when we were in thingy, you know, I've heard bad things about this. And my God, 8 hours later, I was screwed for about 4 days. Oh, awful. Indoors, LOL, Glenn. Simon Kendall, my girlfriend's family is from Valencia Mountains and it's only 8 kilometres from Robinson's Mail. If they paid 1k per square metre, and they paid square metre a couple of years ago for their land. Yeah, it really is cheap up there. It really is cheap. I've got no interest in buying land or whatever, but when I lived up in Latinos, I used to go for an early morning coffee with a guy called Ray who had a garage there. He's an Australian, but not my mate Ray from Sikyor. And lots of people used to come there and have a coffee. It's like a coffee shop. People just come in and sit down and have a coffee and chew the fat. And a lot of them are buying land or looking at land in the mountains because it was so cheap. It was extraordinary how cheap it is. But apparently, to quote Ray, who's been here for I think 35 years, I said, why is the land so cheap there? And he said, because a fucking Filipino will take a pedicab to get a piss. And I said, what do you mean? He said, the average Filipino will take a pedicab to have a piss. And I'm sitting there thinking, what do you mean? He says, they're lazy, mate. They'd fucking rather get a pedicab to go to the toilet and walk. They're not going to buy land up in the mountains. It's like too damn far. You know, Helen's laughing at that now.
Who said that?
Ray said that.
Somewhat true.
There you go, somewhat true. Ellen agrees. Is there anything you miss about Thailand? Yeah, my ex-girlfriend, she was amazing. No.
I'm jealous.
Oh, of course you're not. No, the food. The only thing I miss about Thailand at the moment is the food. I really, really miss the food. But Ellen is a good cook. She's got a few dishes, and I mean a few. We tend to have the same thing. We tend to have there's about 4 meals she cooks, and we tend to have my.
Why are you embarrassing me?
I'm not embarrassing you. It's look at that. She's embarrassed now. That's an embarrassed Ellen. But no, it's yeah. She tends to have the. I think I've got. We need something to wipe the camera down. Look, we've gone all white now. I touched it by accident. I'm going to stop 2 minutes at a time. Perhaps when you top my cocktail up, you could get something to wipe that, please, my love. What were we talking about? Yeah, the food. Now, Ellen does some great stuff, and we did go through a stage where we were trying to recreate Thai dishes, and we did all right. We were getting basil from LB Hypermarket, and we were making pad kapow quite regularly, and coconut milk and mixing it. Although some of that is Filipino, but we were doing it. But the trouble is, LP Hyper it's a Filipino way. Last couple of times I got the basil, they'd mixed it up with mint, and you're like, you know, you buy stuff over here, it's packaged, they get confused what they're putting in. After the last, I think it was 3 times in a row, it wasn't basil. We stopped stopped doing it because Christ knows what herbs it was. But it's quite lucky because a lot of stuff, it comes in off trucks and they package it up and they shrink wrap it and they put these labels on, and it's invariably not what it says to be. And you can't get the holy basil over here, you know, the one you get in Thailand. You can only get like the European basil. And if it's wrapped up, it looks a lot like mint. And you need experience in riding a motorbike up and down mountains to live in the mountains. That's why it's cheaper. You know why he's saying that? Why?
Why are you saying that?
Now, why is he saying that?
I think I dropped you. I dropped the ant on your
She just threw an ant in my drink. What is wrong with her? Thank you, my love. Do you know why Auntie's saying that?
Yeah.
Why? You don't know, do you?
I know.
You don't. You just walked away. I will tell you when you come back. She's got no idea why you said that. You know?
I know.
She doesn't want to lose face. You see, it's a Filipino thing. I know why you said that, Aunt. Why are you
I'm not a pretender, Sam.
Now she's upset, you see. She's turned back and said that she's not a pretender. I was pulling your plonker, Rodney. Mike Hinman, can your girlfriend make you some shepherd's pie? No, she can't, because we don't have the facilities, unfortunately. We had a very basic life here. It was when we went round to my mate Colin for his birthday the other day, I realised how basic our life was, in the sense that I haven't bought enough utensils. You know, we don't have a casserole dish. We have a cooker, but I'm so lazy, it would require buying gas tanks, you know, because it's a gas cooker. And you can't get hooked up to the gas here. You have to buy these, 25 gallon or litre gas things or whatever, and I've never got them. So the things that we cook have to be done on hobs. We've got a couple of those induction cookers, and we've got the microwave and that, but I keep meaning to buy one of those, an air fryer or something like that, so we can do more cooking. But you never know how long you're going to live here, and you never know, you know, in terms of moving to another place. So I always put off buying things like that. But thank you, my love.
You try it first.
That was very quick. How did you do that? You should get a job in a cocktail bar. I just see her just then out the window. She's throwing the bottles and catching them just like in here. How did you do that so quickly? Can you get something to wipe the screen, please? Just a tissue or something.
Hold on.
Now, why did Anne say that? Kyle Esteban, I choose to buy the middle of nowhere in San Marico, Delfin, Albano, Isabela, the Philippines. Did I say all that right?
What?
Did I say that right?
I don't know.
I chose to buy in the middle of nowhere in San Macrio, Delfin, Albano, Isabela, Philippines. Well, they probably give you a discount because it's such a mouthful, mate. That is a long way of a long address. Simon Kendall, Angel Burgers are ducking awful. Minute Burger in Douma is good though, and Big Mac in Escalante was also good, but only eaten in there. What do you mean Angel Burgers are awful? The first time, listen, I remember certain things, mate, and the first time, one of my, because you've been with us from the beginning, Simon, You were on about how you could have a great night out and have a couple of burgers and a bottle of Tanduay and how cheap it was over here. That was the first month I moved here. And I said, what's an Angel Burger? And I went down and I tried them and I said in one of the videos, they're awful. And you said you loved them. You must have gone off them, kid. Hold on a second, chaps. I'm just going to wipe the screen down because I think the camera's gone a bit. No difference, but there you go. Just try one more time. There we go. Is that better? I think that's better. I think it is better. We are not as anemic now. That's all it took. Interesting you say that about the Minute Burger. The other night we went out to the boxing and afterwards we went down the Native. God, it's a late night that night was. God, look, a very messy night after the boxing. And I was talking to a couple of American guys I know over here who like their food. And I said, I've got to try that Minute Burger because it looks nice. And they reckon it was awful. Which is a shame because I wanted to try that because the burgers there are like about 3 times the price of the ones in Mackie, which makes you think they're going to be better quality. You know, it's like logic. I mean, obviously, often it's wrong, but you think the more you pay, the better food will be. And what I liked about the Minute Burgers, when you look at Grab, was they're more expensive than the other ones. So you think 3 times the price, got to be at least twice a better burger. But according to them, they're the same as Angels, which are awful. But you can't complain. I mean, if you go to a place and you pay 59 pesos for 2 cheeseburgers, if you're expecting the world, then you are an idiot. I mean, it's gonna be crap, isn't it? Which is why I was surprised by that hot dog. I just want to try it out, but I'll get them again. That hot dog was nice. I mean, I added a bit to it, so I sprinkled a bit of chilli on it, but it wasn't too dissimilar to a 7-Eleven one. Jack Star, mate, there is a question for the quiz. How many Rai Thailand measurement is and acre? Yeah, I could do that. I'll have to look on that. I will. Yeah, I will do that, Jack. I should do one. That's actually a very good idea. I'm doing a round because I'm struggling for rounds, and I always like this week. I've done food and drink, which is quite an easy one for one of the rounds, and the next ones I've done triumphs and disasters. The idea being like sporting triumphs and military victories for half the questions, and the other ones natural disasters, financial disasters, etc. But I've never done one with measurements. You could do something like that. You could do questions on acres, because Ellen always says to me, do more maths questions. Yeah, it's a good idea. I will do one on measurements and distances or something like that, you know. I'll have to think of a book, because I like doing book titles. It's like, you know, I like to be funny in a little way, because it's not particularly funny, but it's like, I did a round the other week, fish and ships. You know, so half the questions about fish, half the questions about ships. I've done one like war and peace, and it's like half the questions about wars, half the questions about peace treaties. So if I can think of a book title which has got measurements or distances or something like that in it, I will do that. Yeah, good idea, Jack. I like the cut of your jib, mate. Jack Star, mate, I think you're cute as well. Oh my God. If you're saying that now, Jack, that means I am well behind. I better speed up. I must be well behind here.
How many hours are the show now?
How many hours? 1 hour and 23 minutes.
We're still gonna get food after.
Oh, see that now. Say that, Ellen. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. She just said to me, are we going to get food after? So basically she wants to go out. I knew that was going to come. I told you that was going to come.
Or else I'm just gonna cook food because I don't have time. I have an early start.
We will finish. I'll do 2 hours of this if anyone's still on it, and then we'll go and get something to eat. We'll go.
If not, still I can make.
Well, it's up to you, sweetie. The world is your oyster. I better speed up now, because if Jack starts saying I think you're cute as well, then that means I'm well behind. Joe Nipini, dog meat angel burger. Yeah, you're probably right. It's not good stuff. I ate there 2 or 3 times when I was in Sibiland, because there was not much choice where I lived without a trek. And that was before I'd found out the wonderful world of Grab and Panda and Food Panda and that over here. So it was literally, there was a Krispy King under my apartment. There was the Angel Burgers and that was it. So a couple of times I ended up just to fill the gap when I was going into town or whatever. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever eat in an Angel Burgers food choice. Never got sick. It's just damn lousy food. Jim Pendergast, you two are a great double act. Thank you very much. I'm glad you think so. How is Norma? If you're still, I say if you're still there, Jim, you may have got one out. I'm well behind on these. I do apologise, chaps. I will try and keep up with this. Joe Ford, amazes me that Jollibee at McDonald's is always full with many on low incomes. Yeah, it is expensive for a Filipino. See, that's when a lot of the time when I comment on prices, I've always got it in my head that how does a Filipino do that? I mean, I might sound like a cheap Charlie at times, and in many ways I am, but I just, when I see the price of things and that, I think, well, who eats, like we went to this awful meal the other day at Gabby, that thingy place, and I'm looking at the prices, and what annoyed me about that meal was it was crap food. We waited like an hour to get served, and it wasn't particularly busy, but it was about a third more than any other place of that ilk that I'd ever eaten. Like the beer and everything was more, it was awful. And you just sit there and you think, there were quite a few Filipinos in there, and they're probably, well, they must be wealthier Filipinos. And you're thinking, well, if you are wealthier Filipinos, why aren't you eating in better places? Why are you eating here? Why are you not eating in the Kingswick or Bahia or, you know, the Lantau or, you know, just better places than that? I don't understand how that place stays open. I really don't. Never going there again. Anyway, honestly uninterested. British people like to tease Ellen. Will get used to that, or you will get her revenge tonight. Well, that's that. I'll be honest with you, honestly uninterested. That's what I try and do. I antagonise her because there's nothing like an angry Ellen. She will twist me in positions and do things to me you can't imagine later on, and that's what I live for. So, you know, that's why I do it. Jim, very much so. I think I know what you're talking about. I think maybe you're talking about us too. If you are, thank you very much, Glenn. Glenn, Frozen. What?
You're not gonna have any of this.
She's asking me, am I going to have any of that? How can I have any of that if you're going to eat it all? You're going to sit there and eat it all.
That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't like. I do not like watermelon, my lovely. You have it. Honestly interested. Pissed off, Ellen. She's never pissed off. She never gets pissed off. Never gets angry. She just sulks. Mike Hinman is laughing. I've got it. Binder bar. Get a toaster oven. No, I don't think so. I hear you, Glenn, but I don't. I've had a couple of them before. You never use them. It's like the old toaster sandwiches. I'll get a. We used to call them convector cookers in Thailand. You know, the big glass ones. I think they call them air fryers now. Get one of those. Get one of those. They you can cook more or less anything in there. Sometimes we got this new induction cooker a few weeks ago, and it's so bloody hot. It literally, you put it on and within a second it's there, and it's burning the surface of the frying pan and that. And we got like an expensive frying pan a while back now. It was a marble one, and now the whole bottom bit's gone black because this thing, even though it's setting, is just so damn hot. Well, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's looking at me there. It's Adam Fente, I enjoy shawarma in the PH. So many chains. Leyland was my favourite. I've not.
I love shawarma.
Ellen loves shawarma. I love a good shawarma. Never had one in the Philippines. There was a place just down the road which we found a few weeks ago, which was good. We started going there. Not good by Western standards, because a good shawarma is a thing of beauty, but it was good by Filipino standards. We went down there last week to get a few shawarma for me, a shawarma for Kayla, and a shawarma for Ellen, and they've moved, they've gone. Which is always the bloody way. You find a place that's good, and it disappears. Because this was one of the, mobile ones. But, yeah,
I think maybe try the takoyaki.
What?
The takoyaki.
The takoyaki? Yeah, have you ever tried, how do you say it, Ellen?
Takoyaki.
Have you ever had the takoyaki, Ellen is asking? Takoyaki. Honestly uninterested. Witty teasing is like foreplay to Brits. Yes, it is. Ellen's now pulling faces at me. But it is, Ellen, it is.
How do you tease?
Kyle Esteban, the reason I don't vlog is I have no interest in being a vlogger. Well, there you go. Not sure where that came from, but my advice to you, Carl, would be if you have no interest in being a vlogger, don't vlog. But I think you've worked that out yourself, mate. So yeah, it's congratulations. You have solved a problem that didn't exist. Jack Star, you could have it around planes, trains, and automobiles. I've done it. I've had plane, trains, and automobiles 3 times. I've done that thing. You're right. Then costing for travel to, say, Cebu and other cities nearest value wins. Yeah, that's what I do. That's exactly why I do the quizzes. It's like I will do planes, trains, and automobiles with the idea of, you know, I'll have 4 questions on trains, 4 questions on planes, 4 questions on cars, and I'll throw in one about the film. Like one of them is one of the rounds was who directed the movie. It was John Huston. The other time was what city are they trying to get to in the movie. So it's like yeah, that's exactly what I do. That's why I've done this the quiz Triumphs and Disasters, because the first round's going to be who wrote the poem If. You know, if you can triumph and disaster and treat both imposters just the same. That's what I always look for. You know, so like the War and the Peace, one of the questions is who wrote War and Peace? Tolstoy. You know, so we are on the same wavelength, mate. That's exactly how I do it. That's exactly how I do it. You would make a good quiz master, Jack Star. Or you'd make one like me. Whether I'm a good one or not, I do not know. But that's exactly the way I work on it, mate. It's like science and fiction. I've done that a couple of times. So there's science fiction, it's science and fiction, and 7 of the questions will be about books, 7 questions will be about science. Because if you do a whole round on geography or a whole round on history or whatever, you're giving an advantage to someone who's good in those things. If you split it equally, I think it makes it more competitive. Glenn, the other day my bakery had dog sausage on a sample tray. Dog sausage on a sample tray. Is it so? What is a dog sausage? I mean, I know you're not joking, so you don't mean like a dog as in a dog on a tray. These cocktails have gone to my head, mate. I do apologise. You mean like, you know, sausage, hot dog sausage on a tray or what? You've got to expand on that, Glenn. You've confused me there, mate. It was my mistake. I had a few beers this afternoon when I was with the guy interviewing, and now I'm on my 3rd or 4th cocktail. I'm struggling to... I should have stuck to the coffees in a chat. A dog sausage on a sample tray. Can't have been a canine, obviously. Simon Kendall, I cook roasts and bake cakes in my toaster oven in Oz. The one I have here is tiny though. Okay, well, maybe Glenn's right then. It's just little things like that. I just know in the past I bought those, like, you know, little toasters. You know, you make the toasted sandwiches and that, and all these bits and bobs and blenders and stuff. Never used bloody things. The only things I've ever really used was the microwave. I use a microwave a lot, and I use what we used to call a convection cooker in Thailand, but I think now they call them air fryers. Probably a slightly different size, but no, maybe you're right. Maybe I should master because it's easy to get toaster ovens on Lazada. Joe Ford, air fryer, way to go. I think you're right, mate. Air fryers are... I say I've never had an air fryer. I know my parents swear by their air fryer. But I think they're very similar. I'd say might be the same technology, but they call them induction cookers or convector cookers in Thailand. And I had one for about 1,500 baht. It's like every shop you went electrical had them. They were the big thing over there to cook with, because Thais tend to have dirty kitchens outside and they don't have ovens. And they were great. You could make... I love bread pudding. Make lovely bread pudding in there. You could do chickens, roast, all sorts of stuff in there. I need one of those. I like takoyaki, but I didn't try it in the PH. Well done. Your spelling is very good there, Adam Front. You must have Googled that. I would have had no idea how to spell that. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you are a learned man and you didn't need any help at all with that. But yeah, it was quite nice. I wasn't impressed when we had it in Valencia, but the last couple of weeks there's been a shawarma place down here, and we've generally gone down and got 3 shawarmas with rice for the 3 of us, and 9 assorted... I can't remember how to say now. Takoyaki, what it is. Ellen likes the crab ones.
Crab? No, cheese.
Ellen likes the cheese ones. Kayla likes the crab ones. I can't tell the difference between any of them. They'll say, which one are you eating? I don't know. They all taste the same to me. You can tell the ham and cheese ones because they've got little lumps of ham in them, but the crab and they just all taste the same. But they're all right. They serve a purpose. Jack Star, air fryer use every day is fantastic bit of kit. I think you're right, Jack. Again, we're on the same wavelength, brother. Yeah, I need to get an air fryer. No, Ellen, note to self, I'm going to buy an air fryer tomorrow.
I'm gonna remind you every hour, huh?
You're the one who told me not to get an air fryer before.
Shut up.
Oh, shut up. I will get an air fryer. I'll get an air fryer. And we will master it, and then Kayla will come back next week, and then she'll get the plug wet, and she'll blow it up. That kid's she's lovely, Kayla, but she's like a whirlwind of destruction. We're still looking for a glass. When I went to do the cocktail today, we had 2 glasses. She's gone back for a festival at home today, and I can't find the other glass which matches that one anywhere. And it's like, well, where can it be? I said, tell you what, Kayla has broken it, and she's hidden it somewhere. And she's like, no, she wouldn't do that. I said, why not? I said, because she's honest about when she breaks it. I said, no, you found them out. You go, how do you hide the fan being broken? How do you hide the rice cooker not working? How can a glass, the matching glass, disappear just like that? There's only the kitchen. But there we go. I don't blame her. When I was a kid, I broke things. I'd always hide them. It's what kids do. Adam Font, I hate it when a good spot closes. There was one great restaurant in Malbo called Bantayan Burrito Company that closed. Looks like their shop left is the original one on Bantayan Island. You Americans, you do love your Mexico food, don't you? I'm not knocking that, but it has surprised me how many Mexican restaurants there are in Dumaguete. They're all over the place selling burritos and all that kind of stuff. And you think the average Filipino must like them. But when you talk to Filipinos, most of them, they don't, it's not their food. So it must be here for the American expats. I've always found burritos a bit bland. When I was living in America, when I travelled around there, a few times I had breakfast burritos and in different restaurants and particularly in New Mexico, and that never really did it for me. I had a couple. There was a good Mexican in Las Vegas. Can't remember the name of the hotel, which I liked. So I don't mind a good Mexican, but yeah, never been a burrito. I like, what's it like? Chimichanga? I like a chimichanga. Is it chimichanga? I'm saying that right. Chimichanga. And she loves quesadilla. Right, I've got to keep on top of this. Nicholas, shepherd's pie. Good afternoon from Gloucester. Enjoying extended bank holiday weekend. Shepherd's pie. Greetings to you, mate. So it is actually a bank holiday then. I know Jim said that earlier on when he said hot bank holiday weather. I didn't know it was bank holiday. It's hard to keep in touch when you're over here because it's Tuesday night here now. I know we're 8 hours ahead, but I did not know. What? Oh no, it's May Day, is it? Of course it is.
It's a memorial thing in.
Right. No, we have May Day in the UK, and it's May. It's
What's that about?
End of May.
Oh.
It's,
But today is a Memorial Day in the US.
Glenn, that's what I asked. Apparently, it's normal sausage for customers' dogs. Oh, but people was eating them all. Oh, so they're dogs for the sausages, sausage for the dogs. Yeah. Well, that doesn't surprise me now you've explained it. Ellen will love this. Do you know in England, there are lots of restaurants now. I mean, this is the last time I was back. When I used to go back and see, when I was with staying with Raymond in Burnham Market, a lot of the restaurants do a dog menu. So if you order your food, you can get, like you've got a kids menu, you've got a dog menu. So you can order like steak and mashed potato or something like that, and they'll bring it out and serve it to the dog with water, or they got dog biscuits and things. So that's what he was saying when he went in a baker the other day. They were the dog sausages like tested. I think they were sausage testers that you could test the dogs with in the bakery. Ellen's put a face of she's handing out a face of disbelief there. It's we look after our animals in a very different way to the UK than you do here. But yeah, it was a real thing, dog menus. There were lots of restaurants would advertise themselves as being dog friendly. You could bring your dog in, and they had courses for the animals. Which your average dog menu in an English restaurant will cost twice as much as your average human menu in a decent Filipino restaurant. But that is the one of the peculiarities of the Western world. And in front of the Valencia quesadilla is quesadilla. I can never say. I say it a different way every time I say it. Quesadilla is top tier. I need to visit my friend again so she can make me to try it again. Yeah, I've not had a good quesadilla here. I've not had it. Ellen likes the one up in Valencia. See, a lot of stuff here, you eat it and you say it's nice because it's nice compared to the other stuff. So I fancy myself was making a nice quesadilla. In the UK, I used to make them. I was going to make them over here, but some things are just ridiculously hard to get, like sour cream. You just can't get the ingredients over, and you can't get the good cheeses and things. Otherwise, I'd make them, because it's easy to make quesadilla. You know, you just get a couple of fajitas, put the thing in, fry them, flip them over. But the ones up in the Valencia market are good compared to other ones, in my opinion. And you can't complain at the price. I think they're like 160 pesos or something like that. There is a restaurant called Los Burritos, which used to be one of our top 5 favourite restaurants. I like the chimichanga there. Ellen likes the quesadilla. And she always says, try this and it's lovely. And I think, no, it's not a proper quesadilla. It's just, cheese is very expensive over here. So they are very conservative on the food. You know, there's hardly any cheese in these things, and there's hardly any sour cream. And for me, a quesadilla is all about the copious amount of cheese and the copious amounts of sour cream. And the other thing in the Mexican food over here is avocados are only ever available in season. So one day you'll go to a restaurant, you've got a load of guacamole and think fantastic. The next week you go back, there's no guacamole. And to me, you can't have nachos without guacamole. Maybe I'm unreasonable. Carl Esteban, you are correct. However, I've been asked to vlog. The ones that asked tried to convince me. It's not in me to do that. Well, tell them, mate. You tell them if it's not here. Why have they asked you? I mean, yeah, don't do anything you don't want to do, brother. Or are you talking about vlogging your? Yeah, it depends what you want to do. I mean, if you wouldn't enjoy it, don't do it. But I think there's a big market in terms of people who are interested in, like, you know, building land and things. There's a guy in the Loop. I subscribed to his channel the other day. He's been on the chats before. Can't remember his exact title, but he's a farmer and he travels around. And I was watching some of his videos. He's got a lot of views on there. You know, he's just setting up tents and doing agricultural work. You know, some people love that kind of stuff. A niche market. Adam Fonte, Mexican is huge in the Southwest US. I'm from Los Angeles, so grew up and went to school with many Mexicans. Yeah, well, yeah. I get it, mate. I get it. It's one of the business ideas I had over here. I will never do it, but there are so many Yanks, septics in Dumaguete and that, and they love their pork and stuff over with the Electron and that. What someone needs to open is a proper Texas barbecue place, you know, with the stone ovens and the things, and just cook the pork, slow cook it, you know, and the brisket and all that kind of stuff, cover it in barbecue sauce, Texas barbecue, eat as much as you like, or just serve it out in the big plates. Because they've got the ingredients here, they've got the pork, they've got the brisket, they've got the sweet corn and all the rest of it, and you can make the barbecue sauce and your chili sauce. So if someone actually does that in Dumaguete, they will make a fortune, because our American brothers will go there, throw in a couple of country and western bands, which there are a lot of here, live music, barbecue, hot weather, you know. I tell you, someone would make a killing if they did that over here. Jackstar, there you go. That's your business when you get over here, mate. That can be one of your many little pies that you got your fingers in. You could open a nice little Texas barbecue place in Dumaguete. You would not go far wrong. It would be a nice little passive income stream. Bank holiday was yesterday, but took today off work to extend my stay in beautiful cottage. Do you miss bank holidays in the UK, Nicholas?
What is bank holiday?
No,
What's that for?
I don't miss bank holidays because when I left the Air Force, I always had my own businesses. You know, I didn't work for anyone after I left the Air Force. So bank holidays aren't really a thing when you're self-employed, when you got your thing in that, because you could take a bank holiday anytime. You know what I mean? It's like, you know. But I imagine if, like, I had a 9 till 5 job and I'd got my day off, you know, that would mean something. But, you know, it's before I joined the Air Force, bank holidays were fantastic to me because it was double pay, you know, for the places I'd worked for, all that kind of thing. But no, I don't. I miss a summer's day. I used to love. I mean, I used to love a night. I don't think you can beat a summer's day in the UK. I used to when I lived in Essex, Chigwell. You could go, like, there's a couple of pubs we used to go to. You go out on a nice sunny day and have a ploughman's, you know, in the garden. Nice French stick, cheese, pickle, bit of, can't think what you call it now. Piccadilly. Is it, what's that? I can't think. Anyway, I'm losing my train on it. But no, I miss things about the UK, but I can't say I miss a bank holiday per se. I miss a summer's day, a good summer's day, because beautiful summer's day in Britain. It's nice and green. It's not too hot. You're not gonna here. You can't really appreciate a hot day because they're all hot days. Adam Fente, Spanish trade also connecting Mexico to the Philippines. So that's how they got adobo among other things, fruits and veggies. Maybe you can put Philippines history in trivia. Done it, mate. Done history, Philippine trivia many times. I did a Philippines round last week, actually. I did the Philippines and Japan because I mixed the rounds up. But no, I have done the Philippines because the Filipinos are quite good on that. But, you know, after you've done it, I think I've done the Philippines 3 or 4 times. You know, you can only have so many Jose Rizal questions. You can only have so many Lapu questions. You can only have so many, when did they gain their independence? You know, which American general swore he would return? You know, it's like, it's, yeah, I've done it to death, really, the Philippines ones. And then it's natural disasters. I've thrown in a couple of Philippine questions. I'll tell you one question. I think you already know the answer. I'll give it to you now. Which is the most dangerous, I think it's got a rating of 4.35 on the risk scale. Which is the most dangerous country in the world in terms of natural disasters? Answers on a postcard. And I will tell you when I've got some replies. Refried beans are okay, but that's about it. I like refried beans. Glenn, I'm glad you said that. I do like refried beans. And I have not met many people that do. It's amazing how when I talk about a couple of the Mexican restaurants that we have been to, and I say that big portions, refried beans, a lot of people do not get them. They do not get them. I get them. I think they're a thing of beauty. Ellen doesn't like the refried beans. I always eat hers. I love refried beans. Simon Kendall, that's different. I had a hot dog in Indonesia and that was a spicy woof woof meat. Never again, nah. Yeah, I won't eat dogs. I won't eat dog. It's, yeah, no. It's wrong. It shouldn't. You know, dogs are man's best friend. I wouldn't eat them. Jack, the big thing in the Peak District is dog ice cream. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, Ellen, they've got places in up in the Lake District and that ice cream things and that where they do ice cream for the dogs. They've got special like when you buy the ice cream cones and that. And dog. No, but there's a special ice cream dogs flavours that they'd like. You know, they make them for the dogs. So you go to the ice cream van and that, and you buy an ice cream for yourself and your husband or your wife, whatever, and your kids, and you buy an ice cream for the dogs. A little in a special way so they can eat them. When Ellen's daughter came, the first night she stayed, they told me a load of stuff they wanted to get and they wanted to eat, and I was like putting all the stuff up on the shelves and that, and I had a couple of few tins of luncheon meat and I pushed them the other side. No, what was luncheon meat? Was it meatloaf? And Kayla moved them over the other side of the cupboard. I said, no, don't put them there. They're for the dog. That's the dog's food. And the next day, she's like talking to Ellen, and Ellen says, Kayla wants to tell you something. I said, what's that? She said, that food is not for dogs, it's for people. I'm like, what do you mean it's not for dogs? It's like, what? They don't sell dog food in the shop over here. That's fine for that. Next day I got up, they were bloody eating it, weren't they, with rice? They apparently like it. But the dog still got some, but yeah, they can't get you. When I was in Thailand, the people in the village, I was friendly with some of the dogs. I had to keep the dog myself. We had a lot of cats, and people would come over. And the number of times I got lectured by my Thai friends, they'd sit there to have a few drinks and say, Simon, you must understand. You know, we're friends and I'm going to tell you this. I'm like, all right. And I think, what are they going to say now? They're having an affair with my girlfriend? Or this way? So a person is there. A dog is there. And I'm like looking at him thinking, yeah, well, I know a dog's short and the person there. Not the same. Don't have to be nice to dogs. And they always tell me I shouldn't be nice to dogs. I shouldn't be listening because dogs are people. Well, a load of bollocks. Nothing wrong with being nice to animals. Adam Fonte, have you ever tried any of the dirty ice cream in Tahoe? Are you asking me? I don't think I even know where Tahoe is. Where's Tahoe, Ellen? Ellen?
What?
Where's Tahoe?
Tahoe?
Tahoe, T-A-H-O.
It's hard to explain. It's just like, did you ask me, well, what?
Have I been there?
It's a food.
food. It's like a drink. It's like those little balls. Do you remember when you asked
Well,
me
the question is, okay. Oh, I thought you said in Tahoe. I know, yeah.
Do you
Have you?
remember-
Well, hold on a second. I'll read the question. You can answer it. Well, I've always been with you. I've never done anything without you, my darling. Have you ever tried any of the dirty ice cream or Tahoe? Have I tried any of the dirty ice cream or Tahoe?
No.
No, I haven't, mate. No, I haven't. Should I add them? Note to us. Next time we go out, I'll try some. I don't know what dirty ice cream.
Tahoe.
Well, I'll try it. You never mentioned that before. Don't even know what
It's
Tahoe.
hard to find them. I didn't see any of them here.
What is it? Pastry?
It's
Or
not
like,
high. It's very seldom. It's very rare. In
the Plaza Figure May Day is the first Monday in May. Well, really the first. This bank holiday used to be Whitsun, but it's now Spring Bank Holiday. Okay, Spring Bank Holiday, yeah, but my faux pas, I apologise. I know what you mean, yeah. Yeah, of course, May Day's the first day, yeah. But yeah, I know you've always got one at the start of May and at the end of May, yeah. Jack Star, Simon Kendall, never eaten dog but woken up with a few. I've eaten dog a few times, but a different type of dog, you know what I mean? Right, well, Jim Pendergrass is laughing. I assume he's laughing at Jack Star because I've not said anything funny. Well, we're going to knock it on the head soon, chaps. I haven't... can you have a little look, Ellen? My comments seem to have dried up.
Who's Ellen?
What do you mean, who's Ellen?
Who is that woman?
Have you gone insane? What do you mean, who's Ellen? Well...
Tahoe is good, yeah, that's the last one.
Okay, well, there we go, chaps. Enjoy tonight. I will. I've not finished my drink yet. I'll carry on for like a minute or so. But the old comments have given up, and there are still people there. We reached 18 on the old thumbs up. There's 19 people still there. So speak now or forever hold your peace. One day I will crack the 20 likes. Wouldn't that be fantastic?
I'll make it easier for you.
See, Ellen's going to make it easier now. She's going to give me a like, which begs the question, why did she not give me a like before? Why has she been sitting there? Why has she not been... Now we're reconnecting. So maybe, I got 19 likes now, maybe that's why the things have dried up.
Have a new one. Bye for now. You need a refresh, buddy. Have a good night. Cheers, everyone. The Philippines is a disaster risk index.
Well, can you bring your phone over here then, please, sweetie, because I don't have any of these. No. She's dancing now. She's doing a sexy dance behind the thing. And if I turn the camera around, she'd be angry with me. So why does she do these things? All right, Jim Pendergrass, bye for now. Bye, Jim. All the best to you and Nora, mate. Jack Star, you need to refresh, buddy. I have refreshed. I don't know, how do I refresh without switching the damn thing off? Oh, here we go. Right, I've got them back now. Ellen have to show me how she did that. Mike, him and have a good night. Mike, you have a good night too, mate. Joe's Ford, cheers everyone. Nice people on here. Yeah, thanks again, Joe, for the super chat. I think the term for him is much appreciated, mate. Carl Esteban, the Philippines are Dar Swiss, a 4.696. Other countries agree. Well, the things I looked at were slightly lower than that, but you are right. The Philippines is the most dangerous country in the world. In terms of risk for, and we've reached 20. Go on, get in, my son. That's made me an old happy man. Simon Kendall, the comments are not working, but they are working now, brother. Adam Frente, you need another device for comments. You're right, mate. I do. I'll next week. I will have my other phone ready, and I'll do it that way. I don't know why this one keeps screwing up. It is very much amateur hour when I'm doing it, but there you go. It's raw. Glenn, great chat. Thanks for joining, Jen. Jen. What the hell's wrong with me? I know what's wrong with me. It's the White Russians. I'm glad I got these though. They're bloody lovely. Too Moorish, that's the trouble. 21, Glenn says. Right. Jack Star. Glenn, you'll have to message me and tell me what the 21 means. Oh, 21. I'm seeing 21 on the old... risk rating 21. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? We cracked the 20. Next week we will do 30. You got to aim good, bro. You got to aim high. Jack Star, told you, buddy. I'll put a mankini on and dance behind you. They will have to press like for me to stop. That's the way, brother. That's the way. That's the way. You will be my, you can be my baby, my. 22, way! Good Lord, it don't get much better than this, does it? Honestly uninterested. Keep laughing, kids. Honestly uninterested, thank you for joining us. You made an old man very happy. You have done wonders for my ego. It's, thanks for joining. Adam Fonte, we love amateurs and we love raw. I love you too, mate. Go out and paint Pub Street red. Paint the town red. Terence Miller felt the earthquake early this morning in Mandaluyong. Didn't feel the one this morning, but we feel quite a lot here. We do feel quite a lot. They hit quite regularly, but never anything too heavy. Just the bed wobbles quite a bit. And I get volcano warnings about, I don't know, a lot. You know, I get on the phone like 3 or 4 times a day. But nothing ever happens. And this volcano apparently is 160 miles away from here, so it wouldn't do anything anyway, but you get the old alerts, don't you? Anyway, I'm signing off now, chaps. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you all more than you will ever know. You know the tagline. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, stay safe, be lucky. Thanks again, Jack Star. Good night, Adam. Bye-bye. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone. Be lucky.